Alright guys, what you waiting for, a ticket? Come on, let's get on with it. Now, there seems to be a bit of confusion out there on how to handle certain things in maths. So this video is going over a few things for you to get in your head so you can work things out when you're faced with them in the exam. So let's take something simple to start with. If we have something like minus 4 to the power of 4, what does that actually mean? Well, it just means minus 4 into minus 4 into minus 4 into minus 4. Okay? So what is that? Minus 4 into minus 4 will give you 16, and that's a plus, yeah? Into minus 4, which will give you what? Minus 64. And then minus 64 into the minus 4 will give you, what's that? 256, and that's a positive, okay? All right, got that part? So that's an easy one. Let's have a look at something a bit more complicated. Say if you get this in the exam, minus 4x to the power of 4, y to the power of 5, z to the power of 9, all over x squared, y squared, z squared, all in the power of 0. Now, how do you approach this one? Well, you don't actually need to do anything with this. You don't need to start cancelling it out, so you end up with just x to the power of 2 here and what? Y to the power of 3 here by cancelling it off, and z, what's that into? That'll give you z to the power of 9, and that cancels out. You know you don't, because anything to the power of 0 will equal 1. Okay, so you don't need to faff about and do any cancelling in there. The answer is 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. Let's have another look at another example. What we got? 4x to the power of 4 to the power of 4 into 5x to the power of 5 into to the power of 5. So how do you do this one? Well, this power 4 applies to everything inside this bracket. So we end up with 4 to the power of 4 and x to the power of 16. You multiply these twos together. Into, so we got that one, and into, same thing, 5 to the power of 5 and x to the power of what? Yeah, 25, you got it. Okay, so what do we end up with now? Now, 4 to the power of 4 is going to be 256 to the x to the power of 16 into 5 to the power of 5 is 125 x to the 25. Okay, now what's next? Okay, what you do next is multiply these two numbers together. Now, I've already done it on a calculator. That gives you 32,000. Okay? And what you do with this